Alright, brothers and sisters, underdogs, to episode 11 of The Eagle's Edge, hosted by yours truly, the Showgun. I'm sitting here with all these thoughts up in my noggin, my phone glowing like an infinite scroll of truth. This sexy wavy mane flows like Bon Jovi's locks circa 86, catching the light just right. Let me paint a picture with words for my audio-only white is right as we fight listeners. Picture me, the Showgun, handsome in that peculiar wild-eyed way. Like Tom Selleck became a rock star, stared into the abyss and came back grinning. We're diving into a topic today that's gonna make you laugh, squirm, and you might just find yourself punching a wall. A wailing wall. The topic? Circumcision. And not just the old snip-snip, but the grand and all too real conspiracy behind it. A tale so twisted, it'll have you questioning every doctor's office and every history book you've ever trusted. Grab your drinks, light up whatever you're smoking, cause I can't stop you, and I personally don't have the time to throw you into a very deep pit. So today, it's gotta be the Showgun, ripping this shit open like a VHS tape, fresh from the rental store. My OG underdogs out there will know I like to open up the show with a little bit of history for relevance. Imagine it's 2400 BCE. Since when do we say E? It's gay. BC. See, that's some Jewish shit right there. They're adding in an E to BC to try and get rid of Christ. I bet you the C doesn't even stand for Christ anymore, does it? We're gonna find out here in a minute. Would not you know? Anyway, imagine it's 2400 BC, 2400 years before Christ. Just so you know. The sun is beating down on the Nile, and some Egyptian priest with a gold-dipped dagger is eyeing a kid's junk like it's a sacrificial lamb. That's right, originally circumcision kicked off way back in the ancient world, carved into tomb walls like a hieroglyphic flex. These weren't just random cuts. Oh no. This was a puberty rite, a bloody badge of manhood tied to fertility. A welcome to the big leagues moment, if you will. Fast forward a few centuries, and we hit Mesopotamia, where Abraham, father of the Jews, is wandering the desert, minding his own business when God dropped the bomb in Genesis 17:10. Every male among you shall be circumcised. But here's the switch. Abraham's crew wasn't doing this at puberty like the neighbors. Nope, God says day 8, fresh out the womb. Why? Some say it's when the blood clots right. Others claim it's a cosmic reset after the 7th day Sabbath. Either way, it's a covenant, a permanent mark on the flesh. And it sticks with the Hebrews like this stupid fucking tattoo on my throat. Now let's zoom to the Christians. Early on, they're in on it. Jesus himself got the smick. Luke 2:21 no less. But then Paul, the ultimate rebel, flipped the script in Galatians 5:6. Neither circumcision nor uncircumcision means anything. What counts is a new creation. Boom, boom. Physical cuts are out. Spiritual ones are in. So Europe's white tribes, the Goths, the Gauls, the Celts, they're not slicing up their boys. They're too busy painting their faces blue and swinging axes. To this very day, circumcision stays a Jewish thing, a desert relic, while our white ancestors are out there building Stonehenge and banging on drums, foreskins intact. That's the baseline, folks. White DNA, pure and uncut, rolling through history like a Viking longship. Now hold on to your wigs, because this is where the plot thickens. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? For real, which one of you wrote that? I'll find out which one you wrote that. So it's okay. Picture this, a shadowy room, neon flickering, a bunch of Jewish elites hunched over petri dishes, cackling like Dr. Frankenstein. That's fucking terrifying. The theory? They've been stealing white DNA to blend in, to walk among us like wolves in bi-level haircuts. It's absolutely sick. And their masterstroke, pun most definitely intended, convincing the entire free world, especially us founding stock Americans, to chop our foreskins so they can pass undetected. It's not just about hiding. They're harvesting us, taking a piece of our bodies for their gain. Yeah, you heard me. They're turning our dicks into the fountain of youth. Ashkenazi Jews, the ones that have been running the show in Europe and America, ain't pure Middle Eastern stock. A 2010 study by Etzman et al. Or what? Check the American Journal of Human Genetics. Shows they've got a hefty dose of Southern European DNA. Like Italians and Greeks. But how'd that happen? Centuries of living on our lands, mixing with our women, siphoning our genes, but stealing DNA outright? Maybe not petri dishes, but they've been cozying up to white power structures forever. Look at the Rothschilds. Yeah, I know it's pronounced Rothschilds. It's a purposeful form of disrespect. But yeah, look at the Rothschilds. Nathan Meyer Rothschild, 1810s London, bankrolling wars, whispering in king's ears, looking as white as a Thames fag. Fast forward to America, 1880s. The last time the 80s were lit. Guys like Jacob Schiff, financier extraordinaire. I'm fairly fucking certain that guy is related to Adam Schiff, who's still currently involved in our government. I'm telling you guys, it's all the same people running our country. The same people that have been running our country, or had something to do with running our country, since our founding. But yeah, Jacob Schiff, financier extraordinaire, was financing railroads and revolutions. Blending in with the WASPs and pushing policies that'd make your fucking head spin. But the circumcision push, that's the real kicker. Oof. In the US, it starts popping off in the late 1800s. John Harvey Kellogg, yeah, the cornflakes weirdo, writes in 1877 that circumcision stops boys from jerking off, keeps them pure. I think we all know that's a load of dog shit. He's a Seventh-day Adventist, Shabbos Goy. But who's amplifying this? By the 1940s, Jewish doctors are all over it. Dr. Abraham Ravitch, big shot surgeon, publishes in Pediatrics in 1951, touting circumcision as a health miracle. But when 80% of American boys are being snipped by the 1960s, it's kind of hard to not see a pattern. They've got us mimicking their covenants, stripping away our white distinction, making their infiltration seamless. There is over 5,000 baby boys brought into these United States every single day. That's almost 40 million helpless infants being strapped down to one of these monstrous contraptions every single year. Don't avoid this. You need to see this. You need to realize that they literally take a newborn baby from their mother, and their first real experience in this world is to be painfully mutilated, going against logic, going against science, and going against Christ. And what do they do with these pieces of our bodies? Oh, it gets sicker. Trust me. Companies like organogenesis, founded by Eugene Bell. Not Jewish, but do I really have to tell you who's funding that research? They use foreskin cells for Apligraft, a skin graft product, raking in millions. Then there's Skin Medica, anti-aging cream with foreskin fibroblasts, sold to Allergan in 2012 for $350 million. And who's behind Allergan? Big pharma players, Jewish execs like Paul Bisserow. They are literally smearing our manhood on their faces, chasing eternal life while we're left with scars. It's almost like... No, they are the vampires of history, sucking our blood, our DNA, our foreskins, and leaving us weaker, paler, stumbling through the night while they glow with our stolen vitality. Bram Stoker wishes he dreamed this shit up. Out of trying to make light out of a nightmarish situation, I entitled this next segment, The Foreskin Files, what they took from us. Let's talk about what's in that foreskin, what they are so obsessed with. It's not just skin, folks. It's a damn treasure chest. You've got the Meissner's corpuscles, how now, round cow, corpuscles. These nerve endings so sensitive, they make every touch electric. Studies, like one from the British Journal of Urology International, 2007, show uncircumcised guys feel more, enjoy more. I mean, they do have nearly 4,000 more nerve endings than any one of us who are forcibly separated from them do. Then there's the chemical angle. Foreskins are packed with stem cells, the kind that regenerate like Wolverine on a bender. And that is why they are gold for cosmetics. Those fibroblasts keep dividing, keeping elites looking young, while we are stuck with crow's feet. And longevity? Check this. Check this. Keratinized skin. The tough stuff left after the circumcision lacks the natural oils and bacteria of the foreskin that fight infection. A 2012 Journal of Sexual Medicine study hints that uncut men have lower STD rates. So they're not just taking our pleasure, guys. They're shortening our lives, harvesting our potential for their Botox parties. Tangent alert. Imagine a Wall Street exec, some guy named David Cohen, real name by the way, FEC donor lists, gave $50,000 to Schumer in 2016, slathering foreskin cream on his face, smirking in the mirror, thinking, "Thanks, Goyam. Thanks, Goyam. I'll live to 120 while you turn to dust at 70. I don't know. Them guys really need it. They do not age very well. They age like fucking milk in the sun. They look like a melting candle. It's a horror flick where the monster is wearing a Brooks Brothers suit. Now I'm gonna tell you how circumcision fucked us. Now the damage. First, the physical. That 2007 study showed that circumcised guys lose sensitivity. Up to 20% of penile nerve endings gone. Sex becomes a dimmer switch instead of a lightning bolt. Let's get into the complications. The American Academy of Pediatrics admits to a 2% rate. Bleeding, infections, botched cuts. In 2010 alone, the CDC logged 11 infant deaths from circumcisions gone wrong. 11 tiny coffins because some doc thought he was doing God's work. Psychologically, it's a mind fuck. Dr. Ronald Goldman's 1997 book, Circumcision, The Hidden Trauma, peer-reviewed, not tinfoil, says the pain rewires babies' brains, ramps up stress hormones, even primes us for obedience. Ever wonder why white men today are so soft? Kiss it. Am I recording? But yeah, have you ever wondered why white men today are so soft? So quick to bend the knee? It could be that first betrayal. That blade at day 8 set the tone it did. And the white race, this ain't just personal, it's existential. Our founding stock, those Anglo-Saxon badasses who wrote our Constitution, they didn't snip their sons. Even all the way up to 1900. By 1900, only 10% of US boys were circumcised. Now it's 60%. But go back to per capita on that one, you'll find it's all the goyim, all the whites doing it. Non-religious whites do it to their children. That's how deeply ingrained this is. That's a cultural punch in the peen, a Jewish ritual stamped on our flesh, eroding our heritage while guys like Alan Dershowitz, Harvard law professor, Epstein pal, laugh on CNN about health benefits. It's like they've turned our bodies into a colonial outpost, planting their flag on our skin, mining our resources while we salute the flag they handed us. Heart of darkness, but the river's red with our own blood. So here we are, 2025, the vape smoke curling, my hair still perfect. No other industrialized country practices non-religious infant circumcision other than America. We have a right to keep the genitals we were born with. It is a violation of our human rights. Boys and girls all around the world deserve to keep their bodies whole. This is beyond sick. This is beyond demented. Imagine if I said to you that shaving off some skin around your baby girl's clit is going to maximize the richness and joy of their life. Yeah, just so you know, you were tied down as a baby and somebody cut a part of your body off. There is no medical reason we do this to each other. Nurses and practitioners have been fired for speaking up on this very issue. Just talking about this is playing with a multi-billion-dollar fountain of youth, ran by profit from pain parasites. In 1971, some lone voice from the American Academy of Pediatrics, unknown to this day, wrote that there are no valid medical indications for newborn circumcision. The Academy even went as far as to come out firmly against circumcision and said it was unnecessary. Circumcision has evolved as a substitute for child sacrifice. You're 10 times more likely to get a urinary tract infection. The benefit to risk ratio of circumcision is 14-1. Women get infections all the fucking time. We just don't go chopping off body parts. We give them antibiotics. Let's end this barbaric, evil practice once and for all. They've stolen our DNA, our foreskins, our legacy. Men like Henry Kissinger shaping Vietnam with 1970s policies, flooding us with refugees. Over 130,000 in less than 10 years. Or George Soros funding open borders via open society foundations. Over $18 billion by 2017. They've multiplied our enemies, diluted our blood, all while we handed them the knife. But it's not over. This is a new dawn. White brothers and sisters waking up, I urge you to say no to the blade. Reclaim your bodies, your birthright. We purge non-whites from power, not just with hate for the enemy and what they've taken from us, but with cold, hard white will. that has conquered the world times over. Imagine voting out every diversity hire, every infiltrator, until the halls of Congress look like Valley Forge again. Pale, proud, unbowed. The founding stock rises, uncut, unbroken. A tidal wave of white fire washing away the rot. We are his vengeance. We are his hellfire and gnashing of teeth. And either by teeth or by bullet, we will be victorious. Oh yes. I swear it on everything and everyone I hold dear. And that includes you. You watching this right now. You are the answer. Whether you like it or not, the entire white race is depending on you. That's right. Well, this has been another horrific episode of The Eagle's Edge, hosted by yours truly, the Showgun, sponsored by Founding America, returning America to its once former glory. They may have taken an inch or two, but we're taking back the mile. Stay white-pilled in heart and black-pilled in mind. Our edge is sharper than ever, and the fight has only just begun. May Christ the King bless you and the whole of our folk. Good night. And cue the outro stinger. Cue it, please. Please. Please.